I'm Samy. I'm Samy Sidali. I'm a filmmaker, and I came here to Milan for the Festival with my short film A.O.C, which is my third short film. La francisation, en français, making your name French, how it translates in English, is obviously not a thing that should exist. I think today. This is why I think I made this film. I guess what I'm trying to say with the film is why do we feel that our name, our skin color, our gender doesn't work within a system, and we have to change it. We have to conform to this. I'm trying to make a switch and ask the question: what about if the system sort of opens up and just accepts any type of human beings? La francisation is a thing from the past, basically. We don't need this anymore. My name is valid, your name is valid. There's no such thing as a valid French name. Yeah, it's based on my story, my family story, my mom, my sister. Basically, the three characters of the film, they're based on my childhood. The generations of people coming to Europe. That's from Italy, from Spain, from Portugal, who had to change their names. The Jewish community after the war. This has been an ongoing process of basically trying to fit in, and by doing so, sort of like losing slowly part of your history, your heritage, basically part of who you are. Why do I need to forget who I am to just have a better chance to get a job, to get a flat, not being able to move freely into the city anyway? So yeah, it's something I went through. I was born as Samy. My mom gave me this name for a reason. I guess she liked it. When I was 11, I changed my name when my family basically became French with the French papers. So I became Thomas. I came first, and for many years I had these two names. All my friends knew me as Samy. I made new friends, I met new people and they called me Thomas. So I had this schizophrenic feeling that many people from the diaspora, from the immigration, from different part of the world have when they move to another country or they grew up in another country. And then later in my life, I met some people who had interesting ideas. I read a few books, I watched a few films, and I traveled around, and I started thinking about this process. And I said, no, actually, my name is okay. I'm okay with who I am. I think I should go back to this. And in this process, I wrote the film. I think for two reasons. The first one, the mockumentary, the documentaire en français, or the fake documentary, has a very thin line between reality and fiction. Because it's a true story that happens to me, but also I wanted to bring something a bit magical, like with bringing dance, bringing fiction elements to it. I wanted to experiment between how to mix these two worlds. And also, as you said, I work in documentary. I love documentary. It's part of my practice, my film practice. So it was a form that I cherished, and I also wanted to develop. I wanted to experiment, basically. We all have been into an office of any administration. We've been in a queue, and you have to bring a paper, and you have to. Basically, the madness and the stupidity of and the violence, basically, this administration, which is a tool of broader politics, bringing chaos and mayhem into this space. Dance was the perfect way of doing it. When I want to feel free, I think I'm going to dance. The choreographer, definitely Newman, a great choreographer who is very used to working with non-professional dancers, and these were the case for the actors. So basically, they came up with the moves that fits them. And I had ideas about the music I wanted to have, and I had ideas about the effects. But we found a choreography, a dance identity for each character, and we just let it flow in the scene. Jmar was shot in Morocco. It's a very different film. It's not a comedy. It's quite intense, actually. And it talks about desire and what happens when desire can't come out in a peaceful way. And Petit Taxi is a documentary, very different again, where I just spent 1 week on my own with my camera in a taxi with my friend Usama, who's a taxi driver, filming every day. And in Morocco, taxi is it's a very common way of transportation. Okay, everybody takes it. Students, people, retired people, everyone, all classes. So you get a mix, you get conversations going and stuff. So it's a real space of tension, but also of ideas. I can spend some time on my first feature film project I'm working on, which will also takes place in Morocco. Taking the time before going to an art school, a film school, or any kind of school, taking the time to just explore yourself. That was very helpful. So basically, when I was 18, I went for a few years. I moved to London. I worked behind the bars, worked in restaurants, was going out, partying, meeting lots of people, meeting interesting people, meeting artists, seeing their practice, being able to say, oh wow, I like what's happening there, I like what you're doing. What's my thing? What's my way of talking? What's my way of expressing myself? And that took some time. That took like 3-4 years, and then I was experimenting with different things, with sound, music, experimenting with video, writings, and when you take all these elements, it makes a film basically. So basically taking the time to learn about yourself, and that's a lifelong work I wish to continue doing.